What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new week, man. Last week was good, but this week is going to be even better because this week we're rising to the challenge. This week we're going to take the challenge that is going to come from Matthew chapter 5 verses 38 through 48. We're going to take the challenge and we're going to step our game up. We're going to rise up to love the unlovables, to serve the unservables, and to forgive the unforgivable. Listen, it's going to be challenging. You can't grow in your comfort zone. And so we're going to step outside the comfort zone, and I'm going to challenge you to do some things that are going to be difficult. You see, in Matthew chapter 5, beginning in verse 17, Jesus interprets 6 different Old Testament laws that were being debated among scholars and rabbis from around the beginning of the turn of the century, right before and right after. And so he's giving his interpretation, his nuances on how to interpret these Old Testament scriptures, as well as laying out the authoritative command, because he is God, laying out the command on how to live out these commandments found in the Old Testament. And so he's laying it out and giving his nuances. In verses 38 through 48 are the last 2 of 6. And in it he responds, he gives his interpretation to resilience and response to those retaliation to those who have wronged you, as well as a response to your enemies, to love your enemies. And essentially what we see is that we're to forgive the unforgivables. That there are going to be people in your life, even this week, maybe even today, who are going to do something to you that causes you pain, that hurts you, that hurts your emotions, that physically hurts you, that emotionally hurts you. They're going to cross your boundaries. And the reality is, we got to forgive them. There are going to be people this week, maybe even today, that you come across who don't deserve to be served. Who are going to maybe have a pompous attitude, or maybe they're no better than anybody, but they're going to have the opportunity to serve them. And so this week, let's serve them and care for people, even though they may not deserve it, even though they actually deserve to be reprimanded. Instead, let's serve the unserveable. And we're going to have the opportunity to love the unlovable, to love somebody who maybe just gets under their skin, love somebody who's wrong, love somebody who doesn't necessarily jive with you right. That we're going to love the unlovable, we're going to serve the unservable, and we're going to forgive the unforgivable. And the reason that we're going to do that, the reason that we're going to take and step out of the comfort zone and take the challenge to do those 3 things is because Jesus calls us through his interpretation of these Old Testament commandments. He calls us to go beyond, to step out and go even further than what maybe we might think would be right. And so we want to step out and go even beyond. We want to go not the 1 mile, but we want to go the 2nd mile. And so I want to challenge you guys this week. Let's go the 2nd mile. Let's love the unlovables, forgive the unforgivables, and serve the unservable. And what we'll find is when we do that, not only do we diffuse the situation, not only do we care for that person and lift them up when maybe they really don't even deserve it, but instead what we'll see is that we live a life different than everyone around us, and it's going to draw people to us, and ultimately it's going to draw people to God and will change the world. And that's what it's all about. So this week, our memory verse is Matthew chapter 5, verse 41. I want you to take it in. I want you to memorize it. And then I want you to go not 1 mile, but 2. Check it out. I love you guys. It's going to be a great week. Accept the challenge. Step out of the comfort zone. And let's go change the world. We'll talk to you tomorrow.